Let's see. We are rocking and rolling. Put these here. Help with the divination. This is the first Astral Star Chat. This is new for Harriet's Dreams for the month of November. So today's actually like the soft launch where we'll talk about the cosmic happenings as well as give the daily readings for the day for all signs. E Woods, hello. So we're gonna pick up where we left off with the general reading, right? That we had over on the other channel. I meant to leave those cards out. Bear with me uno momento as we get settled into the general reading. In the meantime, how are you guys feeling on this Halloween? For those of us who are just joining us for the first time. And then we had the 9 of Fire. If we could get the 9 of Fire back. Chaotic, hello. We're going to pull up. I meant to leave the reading out, but we're pulling up the general message from the reading and then get into the messages for the signs for the general reading, and then we'll do the love reading. So with the general reading is anything that comes out. So we may have 2 love messages or multiple messages that come out when we say general, and we really gave some clarification. This is not the right card. Strength came out before. This is a period of, even though things are looking like they're falling apart, they're actually coming together. Next time I will definitely leave the cards out, so when we get here we could just jump on to the actual reading. Okay, here we go. All right. So when we did the general reading, right? We had the strength card come out with the 9 of Fire, the Ace of Fire, which talks about new beginnings with opportunities, right? New powerful beginnings, new beginnings where we are going to be propelled forward in whatever it is that we're doing, right? A lot of us have gotten out of this 7 of Water energy of being delusion and are seeing things clearly. Spirit is just asking us to be strong and hold on. Things are getting better, so do remember to hold on. And then I'll do the zodiac reading, so this can be for your sun, moon, and or rising, and then we'll get back into the chat. And before we get into that, we got to get into the astral part, right? Yesterday we had Mars go retrograde. When you look at your natal chart, Mars's retrograde is going to affect whatever part of your chart that it falls into. If you have a specific question about that, let me know where it falls in your chart and we can do an interpretation. Mars is the taskmaster. It's like Saturn in that regards, which is a hard worker. It's that masculine energy, you know. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. The moon is in Capricorn. So if your natal moon is in Capricorn, you might feel like you have an extra burst of energy today. If your moon is in any earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, you might find that you have extra energy today as well. We are still under the influence of the eclipse season, which started with the solar eclipse in Scorpio, which was last week on the 25th. And we're looking forward to the lunar eclipse, right? That's happening on the 8th. This is the season of death and rebirth, with the sun being in Scorpio. So again, anything that is leaving our life, it is for our highest and most necessary good. Keep in mind that Mars will be retrograde through January 12th. And tomorrow, we'll go through the natal houses to see how it's going to affect your house specifically. All right, Aries, for October 31st, Halloween, you have the Lover's card. This is a time of partnerships, not just love, but balancing out partnerships. Whatever's going wrong, or looking like it's going wrong when it comes to your partnerships is actually going right. Take every win and loss in stride, because everything is working together for your highest good. Taurus, with the sun, all these bright, beautiful cards to start the general reading with. Anything that you've put your mind to, you can achieve. What seemed impossible just a week ago seems very much possible. Not even seems, like it will magically materialize in your life. Keep having faith and keep moving forward. You're about to have a bright new beginning. Gemini, Page of Pentacles. Be prepared to receive small news around your finances. It might be as small as getting a credit limit increase or something like a promotion at work. Keep working hard and keep working towards your stability, because it's getting ready to manifest. Cancer, with the King of Cups. Sometimes, Cancer, you tend to be so deep in your emotions you can't see things clearly. Understand that everything is working out in your favor, working towards your highest good. Continue going with the flow. Do not rush to judgment. Allow everything to unravel in divine timing. Surrender. You're being asked to divine timing and trust your intuition. Leo, with the Queen of Swords, and this is something that you got last week. Spirit is really asking you to make sure your communications are fair and just. They're very clear and your emotions are in check. You're being asked to make logical, objective decisions in everything that you do. Virgo, crying over spilt milk with this Five of Cups. What happened in the past is just that, in the past. Your future is literally out at your heels. All that is required of you is to let go of the past and put your eyes towards your future, because once you turn around, you'll see just how bright everything is. Libra, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. During Mars retrograde, you're asked to go into hermit mode, where you're meditating more, praying more, engaging in more self-care, self-reflection. For the next season that follows, you will have to take everything that you learned during Mars's retrograde in order to help you move forward. Scorpio, happy birthday, Scorpio, with the Two of Wands, which is the twin flame card for us, right? It's Spirit intervening on your behalf to bring you not just into union with a divine partner, but bringing balance into your life. Again, when everything is going wrong, understand that everything is working out for your highest good. Release all that doesn't serve you. Purge. That is your word. That is your mantra for Mars's retrograde. purge. Sagittarius, with this Eight of Pentacles, continue working hard towards your stability and your goals and watch them manifest before your very eyes. Just try not to let yourself get too tied up in your work. You don't focus on any other area in your life. Make sure all of these stay in view. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. Quick changes are coming into your life. Be mindful that you focus on the truth of the matter and don't get swayed by disillusion. You're fully supported and suspended. In the astral world, just try not to float away with everything that's being revealed to you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. This Tower moment again with the Strength card and the Nine of Fire for the General. Whatever seems that's going wrong is actually going right. Things are falling apart to fall together. Dear Aquarius. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. You're going through a transformation, a radical transformation, both within and without. On the inside and the outside, you're evolving. And a lot of the people, places, and things that were in your life are being let go of. You have repeatedly received the message of setting new boundaries with old friends. It may seem harsh, but on your road to happily ever after, that yellow brick road, following that yellow brick road, following your dreams, requires you to do this. Don't beat yourself up so much, right? You shouldn't beat yourself up at all. We understand it, but this transformation, this change, this release is necessary for your highest good. That is the general reading. We're going to get into your comments and then go for the love reading. Jazz, the tower is very loud, but I get it. Perfect. And Virgos have been going through it. On both sides, both of them who've been trying to manifest and those of them who haven't been living up to their potential. There's been a lot of regrets, a lot of, let me try and see if I can fix this. A lot of work, so to speak, being done in the cut. She's blinded. Honestly, the thing with somebody being blinded, right, it can always be fixed. Because what we don't see with our physical eyes, we could always see with our spiritual eyes. And if it's our spiritual eyes that are blinded through the love and intercession of our family and friends, right, who can petition for us to come out of this Seven of Cups energy that some of us just came out of, right, of being disillusioned. We have that gift. Now, they can choose to receive it or not, but she could definitely benefit from an intercession, especially from such a powerful friend. Thank you guys all for joining us. Trust me, I try. She hasn't even communicated to me at all. She hasn't moved forward at all for years. That's the difficulty with being blinded, right? It keeps you stuck in that holding pattern. And the longer you stay stuck, is the longer you stay in that holding pattern and you don't move forward. All we can do as light workers, empaths, friends with a gift, that have folks in our circle like this, is the petition for them. It might take days, it might take years, it might take decades. But holding space in your heart for them to heal and wake up. As long as you see fit, because it's not your job per se. If it resonates you to do so, go for it. If not, you can stop. it doesn't negate all the prayers from before, right? They're still kind of suspended and waiting to be received by this person. Jazz, my love, have a great day. Happy Halloween. So it's okay that they haven't communicated. Anissa, hello. So keep that in mind, Auntie. And know that at least, in the very least, you were called to do something spiritually. And you answered that call. Right? You worked. And all work eventually gets paid. No good deed goes unnoticed. Dead Man in his mixtape. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do not forget to, since we're on YouTube, like the live, the video, as well as subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I had a couple of messages come through for readings, so I will get to those, to returning those messages after the live. Now for the live, we have a strict cut off at 1:15 because then I have to get into my consultations for today. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And if you need any personal readings, let me know. I don't think the link is in the chat, but tomorrow they will be. Am I low? Because I tend to have a low voice, and I don't have my tripod today, so I kind of have this set up like in a MacGyver way to hold the camera steady so I can attempt to speak louder. You guys let me know if you can hear me clearly. Especially before we get into this love reading. I'm just going through the comments. All right. Let's see. Jazz is here. Auntie is here. I think that's Lux. Chaotic is here. Third Eye Multi-Guy is here. And you guys can hear me clearly? Because we're getting ready to do the general love reading, so let me know in the chat whether or not you can hear me clearly. Perfect. Thank you, Chaotic. Yes, softly. Nashaya! Just in time, we're about to get into the love reading. about to get into the love reading. So when I do the love reading, it could be for the sun, moon, your sun, moon, and or rising, or the sun, moon, and or rising of the person that you are thinking of. All right. Spirit, what do you have for the collective when it comes to love? The Ace of Air flipped out in reverse. These two wanted to come out together. Why do you keep getting bunched up? What else? Give us two more cards, please. The Star came out in reverse. And Strength again. All right. With the Ace of Air in reverse, Ace of Air talks about brilliant new ideas, inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. The reversal means that the beginning is so challenging because there's a failure to communicate objectively. Somebody, either you or the person you're thinking of, is literally holding their tongue. They have a lot to say, they're just not saying it at this time. This was followed by unity and the Eight of Air. The Eight of Air is the illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. This is the energy of feeling like you're trapped, feeling like you can't move forward, but it's just an illusion. Your spirit guides with this unity card, right, are really trying to help you when it comes to moving forward or help your person. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. For those of you guys, and I want to say this was either 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we spoke about somebody receiving spiritual guidance about you, or going to like a priest or priestess or just a tarot reader to get more information about you. This person, if you resonated with that message, understand this person is doing it again to help them get unstuck. While it's been revealed to the person why you two are together or are supposed to be together, it's be revealed to them why you met. There's still a lot of confusion, but this confusion is really doubt pretending to be confusion. This Star card, which usually speaks about wish fulfillment, came out in reverse, right? Happy times make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. Your person isn't on the right path, so to speak, because they're emotionally stuck. They know what to say and how to say it, they're just not ready to. They know why they were brought into your life and the reason why you met. And this is predominantly for people who are in relationships, right? Nothing has come up for my single folks yet. But for those of you guys who are in relationships or thinking of a specific person, they're really stuck in their own head. They're really stuck in their own way. Mars retrograde is going to give them the opportunity to objectively look at their feelings and process them at the same time. If you weren't part of that wave of individuals who relationship elevated to that level of commitment between late summer and early fall, mid-fall, right? Understand that it's coming in this second wave after Mars is retrograde, because the masculines, especially for those of you who are looking at a physical masculine or they're just masculine in energy, anybody who's struggling with balancing that masculine energy, this time the cosmos and spirit are really working on them opening up that heart chakra. The Strength card came back out. So during these trying times, as your person gets it together, or you as a single person who is healing, right, gets it together, have strength and courage that everything is working out for your highest good, regardless of what it looked like. Late last week, we spoke about lovers who have gotten distant and quiet recently. And we were told by spirits to just allow it, to let them be in that space of healing and working on themselves, because they have to be whole within themselves before they can be whole in a relationship, right? Relationships are two whole people showing up to give someone else 100%. It's not 50-50, it's 100-100. And for some of you, your person is working on the how to be that 100, how to be that partner that they know you deserve. Let's see when it comes to the zodiacs. And again, this could be for your sun, moon, and or rising, or your person's sun, moon, and or rising. Taking how it resonates. We're going to just cut these a little bit. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands, which can talk about conflict or collaboration. But right now, it's very much giving off the energy of conflict and being unable to work together. Sometimes we have to put our egos, well, not sometimes, especially if you're in a divine partnership or twin flame union, there's no place for ego. A lot of the things that we are upset about that, that causes us to have difficulty with surrendering, all comes from our ego, comes from our old way of processing disagreement. Spirit is asking you to adopt a new way of processing disagreement, of working through disagreement, so that there aren't any hurt feelings or people at the end, right? You too can reach a peaceful resolution. Aries, sun, moon, and or rising, you have the Page of Swords. This very much speaks of someone taking a look before they leap. Someone who is very much in the energy of holding back their words before they say anything. And this person is the one that has been seeking spiritual counsel about how to proceed with their feelings towards you. Now, this Aries can be sun, moon, and or rising, or it can be hovering around their seventh house. Taurus, sun, moon, and or rising. Now, the Devil card typically talks about karmic ties to people and or places and or things. This bond that you are currently going through is a karmic bond, but it can also be a divine one. You guys vibrate at a lower level when you fail to collaborate using your higher selves, using your divine knowledge, putting your needs before the needs of your partner. Spirit is asking for you to remember that you are divine partners. Just as great as you can be in the light, it's just how detrimental you can be to each other. This could be a great love affair or a tumultuous one, depending upon how well you deal with conflict. Gemini, sun, moon, and or rising. This is a season of balancing emotions, balancing the level of stability that you are feeling with your partner. Go with the flow and expect to receive a very, very big gift. Oh, dear Gemini, or somebody who's dealing with a Gemini, and this feels most like somebody who's dealing with a Gemini moon. There is a gift en route to you. Be on the lookout for it, because it's something that you have always wanted. Cancer, sun, moon, and or rising with this Queen of Swords. Be clear and objective with your words. like Leo. So if you're dealing with a Leo, make sure you're communicating your needs clearly. Hmm. And be careful of your overuse of I statements. It's not always me, 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 me. You have a whole partner that you're working with. Assessing your both of your needs before you jump into an argument will prevent 99% of the arguments you find yourself in. Virgo. Feeling like all is lost, feeling like you have nothing left with this Five of Pentacles. Keep moving forward. If you've recently broken up with somebody, it is for your highest good. If you're dealing with a Pisces, you could be going through a period of transformation, and this release, this momentary standstill is very, very necessary when it comes to your growth and progression as individuals and as a team. Libra, Sun, Moon, and or Rising, you're moving on to calmer, stiller waters. Whatever happened in the past, leave it in the past, especially when it comes to arguments, right? Spirit's always asking us to, if we're going to fight, fight fair. Do not bring up what happened in the past, even if it's the recent past and they're doing the same exact thing. Always keep your disagreements focused on the moment. And don't bring up what happened in the past. And try to stop using words like, you always do this and you always do that. While it may seem that it's always happening, chances are, if you look at it logically, it's not. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. With this Knight of Cups, expect relationships to ascend to a higher level of commitment. You'll be making offer, but this is a Scorpio that is receiving an offer of love. Remember that delay we spoke about? Well, that offer is finally here. Tap within and be sure that you actually want to accept it after waiting so long for it to happen. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. Objective decision making. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Let me say that again because I am soft spoken. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Pick one. You're not built for the life of polygamy. You're not. One person has your heart, one person seems more logical. But what is best for you? Keep that in mind. Whatever decision you're being called to make, Sag, do what's best for you. Because in the long run, if you pick wrong, right, you'll be unhappy and you'll be miserable. And nobody really wants that, right? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. Here goes that Five of Cups again. Take mind. Be mindful not to compare your past to your present or your future. There's been some time thinking about things that have happened in the past in different relationships and situationships. While reminiscing from time to time is cool, doing it all the time can actually skew your vision of what's going on now. Aquarius, with this Chariot, be clear with what you want to manifest in your love partnership. For those of you who are looking for love, your prayers have been heard and you will be sent a divine soulmate, a spiritual soulmate. Try not to run away from it. And Pisces, with this Two of Pentacles, right? Very much in this energy of also having to make a decision about your stability, which is affecting your relationships. Release what needs to be let go. While you do have emotional ties to many people, places, and things from your past, not everybody from your past is meant to go along with you to this new future that awaits you. Release what needs to be released and move forward. Those are the love messages. Let's see what you guys have going on in the chat. And I feel like I missed somebody. My person says I do too much. Do too much like what? Because in Capricorn, we talked about reminiscing about the past and how that doing too much of that can affect the present. So, what are you doing too much of? Lose, your person is a Gemini. Hmm. Expect that gift. Not sure what else to let go. That's a question you're being asked to sit with in meditation. Chaotic, right? Because the surface stuff, the stuff that shows up immediately, right, when it comes to release, those are the easy things to work through because we know immediately what they are, right, and what we need to be doing. Um, but it's what's deep in the crevices. When we were on TikTok, we spoke about how we've been doing the surface cleaning, right? The dusting, the sweeping, the wiping, and now we're bringing out the big guns to get into those cracks and crevices and getting all that, the rest of the dirt that we don't see up. Who's having a grilled cheese? Poetic Brain, hello. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? All right, let me see what other cosmic alignments we have for the day. I wish there was a way you could see the astral chart on the live. Or maybe I'll post that somewhere. Does everybody know their natal chart? Do you know their houses? Do you guys know what time you were born and all that good stuff? As I'm watching the comments. Ah, okay. I'm still waiting on your answer, um, Third Eye Multi Guy, about what exactly do you mean by doing too much? And who had their Mars in the fifth house? The fifth house is the house of creativity, self expression, recreation, relationships, and children. Jupiter is the natural ruler of that house. Mars feels comfortable there. So you might find some changes in that area of your life for the person who has Mars in their fifth house. And if Mars is retrograde in your fifth house, expect to feel that energy more prominently or change to happen more suddenly in those areas. And I'm going to get the placements for today. Because we know Mars is retrograding. The moon is in Capricorn. What else do we have going on? Bear with me one moment. I'm going to pull it up for you guys. Be nice to know where the stars are today, especially as it's Halloween. And then I'll get back into the chat while the chart comes up. Okay, let's see what you guys have going on in the chat as the chart loads. Here we go with the children again. Auntie, I don't know. I don't know. Especially since you're not regular. All right, so we have the sun in Scorpio. We had the moon in Capricorn, but it's actually transiting Capricorn into Aquarius. We have the Mercury in Scorpio, as well as Venus. So with Mercury and Venus both in Scorpio, this would actually be that time to have those serious conversations, those serious make it or break it conversations. So I don't know, especially why Aries folks are energetically misusing this and holding on to their words. But cosmically speaking, this is a very energetically right time to have those difficult sit conversations. Just make sure you're speaking objectively and keeping your emotions at bay. That's the only way the difficult conversation becomes a productive conversation. We have Mars in Gemini, which is noteworthy. We have Jupiter in Pisces, and Jupiter is the planet of luck, right? But it's retrograde. So Pisces might be one of the signs that are really feeling like hard on their luck, so to speak, with things not working out, but they are. Understands where Jupiter goes direct, and I believe Jupiter goes direct in December, Uranus goes direct in January. I will double check and have that information for you tomorrow. But understand Pisces, right? Whether it's your sun, moon, and or rising, or aspected heavy in your charts, or you have water in your charts, if you seem like hard on your luck, this is just a moment of time. Things will get better. Saturn is in Aquarius, Uranus is in Taurus, and Neptune is in Pisces. And Neptune rules our dreams. They say that Neptune is the higher octave, right? The higher self of Venus. So these changes, any momentary delay, dear Pisces, understand it's just a moment. Continue to be clear about what you want and don't want, and dream as big as possible, because those dreams are actually going to manifest. You know how we said for Taurus, what seemed impossible is going to be very possible because it's just going to materialize in your life. Pisces, you're going to have that same energy, that same luck, so to speak. Pluto's in Capricorn. And Capricorn got that message of not drifting away in the general message, and Pluto is that far out pseudo planet or dwarf planet. Be careful that you are grounded, dear Capricorn. And that is it for the planetary alignments for today. Now, in the house of death and rebirth, the eighth house, there's nothing going on. There's no planets over there. But most of the planets seem to be clustered in the first house, right? The house, well, Spirit is saying, really focusing on yourself and what you need to let go of, what needs to be released so you can elevate, ascend to that higher level of being. Poetic rain. Oh. Oh no. The baby acted a fool at your son's specialist appointment. Oh no. It happens. What did he do? What did my nephew do? Ah. Is he like that when he is near crystals or he has one in his pocket? Oh, wow. I will text you later on, Monique, with some questions. I have some questions and something that may help temper that fire energy that he's displaying at this time. It may help, it may not. Oh, wow. I'm glad you're home. How was your son's specialist appointment? How did that go? Mm, I hear that not being used to this level of aggression. Your other children weren't like that when they were his age? And aunties are right for the most part, but they do have an attitude, a darn attitude. Mars is in my third house. So the third house is really the house of your communication. Natural ruler is Gemini, and Mercury. So with Mars retrograding um, in the third house, this is where your masculine energy, your energy of wanting to take over, Um, sometimes being, well, I should say your older self, right? Your former self, that dominant self of you, before you stepped into your season of femininity. This is where it came from. This season is asking you specifically, how can you communicate effectively and still be feminine? How can you communicate and be heard and still sit in your femininity? Or stand, I should say, and still stand in your femininity. And I'm going through the rest of the comments. He will be one. Wow. Will be. Oh. He wants another child, but see, that's a conversation. That is a conversation to be had, because that's a conflict. He wants another child, but the shop is closed now, or so it seems. So it seems. See, that first dentist appointment is a much. It can be much. I hope it goes well for them, and they are calm. And they are most certainly calm. Now we gave out both readings for today. Please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And leave a comment down in the comment area, not in the chat area, but in the comment area for me. We'll be doing these astral lives all week to compare what's going on in the skies to what Spirit is showing us through the cards, and kind of see how it goes. We'll still be doing the TikTok live first, um, starting at our regular time. Today we're late. I think Poetic Rain, you're the only last person to join us. Um, it was a bit of a much to get on live. Like, I don't even have my tripod. I don't have my oracle decks, but I'm here. Tomorrow we will have everything. We'll probably be at this location again, but we'll have everything to do a proper divination and really get deep into the daily messages for you guys. We have a hard cut off at 1:15 today. So if you have any questions, please let me know. The folks who have submitted for readings, I will be getting back to you, because like I said, more than likely those readings will go out on Wednesday. They're not going to fall within that 24-hour window. That's fine, Chaotic. You can always catch the replays. The reason why I'm doing the readings here is that there's no delay in downloading them and then posting them to my YouTube, right? Because they're too long to post to TikTok anyway. So this is why the readings will be done on YouTube, so you can watch them at any time and then compare them to what, was going on for you that particular day. Before we wrap up the astral star chat, any questions, comments, concerns, reactions? No more FOMO. I'm still gonna do like the personal readings and stuff on TikTok Live, um, and start the general reading there, then carry it on to here. Absurd. Oh no. Oh no, Poetic Rain. He is calm with your crystals. How many crystals does it take for him to be calm? Or which crystals does it take for him to be calm? Because as you were talking about it, I kept getting this vision of sewing crystals into his pockets. Like making a pocket within the pocket and like throwing a crystal in there. So it'll always be with him. Or attaching it to his belt or something else he can't easily take off. Brushing it off as he hasn't been tested for anything, or brushing it off as normal childhood, growing pains. Ah, Shay. That I'm really glad to hear about for Malcolm. I am really glad to hear that. May it continue that way. For the 6-year old, I get it. I get it. All right. Please, please, please send me a text message, Poetic Rain, so we could chit chat about this more. She cried a lot. That is a direct reflection of your pregnancy itself. Your Mars is in Venus? Wait. Your your Mars is Venus. I need a copy of your chart, boo. I want to look at the other aspects. Ah, ah. That sounds more like Poetic Rain. All right. My lovelies, I have a hard cut off at 1:15 to get ready for my consultations today. If you guys need me, definitely send me a personal message, or if you have my text message, text me. I might be late getting back to you, but I will get back to you. Before we wrap up Astral Star, do you guys have any questions? Your stability is being aspected, Poetic Rain. But what's overshadowing that is the littles temper tantrums. Like we're being asked to address that first. That's why Spirit is asking you how can you communicate more effectively so that people hear you, or you can, and or you can objectively check them for not hearing you. And how do you actually know you're not being heard? Is it the default, you say you want to see this type of change and the change doesn't happen and you think you're not being heard? I don't know. Let's chit chat about that more. Um, because there's a lot to unpack. But first and foremost is the temper tantrums, right? Because he's just turning one, right? So let's see if we can help my nephew along and help you as well in the process. You're not done. You're not done. You're just beginning, my love. And for the rest of my lovelies, is happy Halloween. For my spiritual light workers, highly in tuned folks, be careful. Be careful of the message you're receiving and really decipher whether they're coming from your guides or the others that are roaming the streets like madmen, because the streets are very, very heavy with paranormal activity. If you thought you saw something while you're walking outside, you didn't see it. If you think you see something in your house, you still didn't see it. But that might be a good opportunity for you to do some cleansing and smudging, whether you use incense, sage, or Palo Santo. Right now, incense and Palo Santo with these energies are my incense smudging tools of choice, if you will. Please be careful. Feed your ancestors. And we'll chit chat later. You guys have an amazing day. And we'll be back on tomorrow. Regular channel, regular space, regular things. Have a good one. Be blessed.